So we have an update. The story has been made clearer concerning the 26-year-old Liberian guy who was beaten to death in Accra, Ghana. Many people asked about the joke he made and what happened to the pregnant woman. We have the update because people who were present when the incident happened have spoken. Sister of Austin Tengbeh has spoken. Friends of Austin Tengbeh has also spoken. And there is also a CCTV footage of whatever ensued between Austin Tengbeh and the pregnant woman. So stay tuned as I narrate the whole story to you. First of all, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, leave a comment, and share this video.
The police confirmed that Austin was dead. He stopped breathing while they put him in the car. So the hospital was just demanding for money. That's all. And they knew that they couldn't bring him back. Because I spoke with her on the phone, she was like, oh, before we even start the medication, you have to.
Let's make the story very brief, simple, and understandable. This particular guy, a 26-year-old Liberian national living in Ghana, his name is Austin Tengbeh. Austin Tengbeh had a friend, his name is Mark. Mark is also a Liberian national. Now, on the 28th of February 2026, just this past Friday, Austin Tengbeh decided to go to the house of Mark to go and pay him a visit. Now, before Austin arrived at the home of Mark, Mark had left home to go for lectures. Because Mark was already expecting Austin, he didn't go to the lectures with his room keys. He left the room keys with a man known as Vincent Achika. Vincent Achika is the gatesman, the security man at the home in which Mark was living. This is Vincent. So Mark left his key with Vincent and told Vincent that my friend Austin would be coming here. If my friend comes, please give my key to him so that he can go to my room and wait for me whilst I complete my lectures and return home. Now, fast forward, when Austin was going to the home of Mark, Austin did not go alone. Austin went with another lady, this particular lady, who is also a Liberian national. Many people's narration have said that that is the girlfriend of Austin. However, sister of Austin has not, specifically stated that that's the girlfriend, and the friend of Austin has not specifically also stated that that's the girlfriend. So when the two of them arrived and realized that Vincent was not at the gate for them to take the key from, they called Mark and asked Mark, oh, you said you take the key from the gatesman. He's not around. What's up? So Mark called Vincent, the gatesman, and then asked him, where are you? I told you to give the key to my friends. They are sitting in the sun. Please, where are you? So Vincent was like, oh, I just stepped out. I'll be back very soon. Mark was like, but I told you to wait and give the key to my friend. Vincent was like, I was very hungry, so I have to leave to go and buy some food. I'll be back. Just tell them to wait a little longer. So the two of them, the lady and Austin, were at the entrance of the house, sitting down there conversing. It is made known that Austin, the person who was beaten to death, Austin is a very friendly person, a jovial person, like an easygoing person. So anywhere Austin is, Austin tries to, interact, to socialize, to engage with the people around, make them laugh, talk with them, chat with them. So that was what was occurring. When Austin was sitting at the entrance, he was chatting with the people, talking to the people around. In fact, in the narration, a lady who also lives in the house said that she and her friend were passing by. Austin said, oh, you look like twins. You look like my sister. Hi, hello. They made some, conversation and left. Austin was all friendly and jovial. Now, while they were waiting, Vincent was not coming back with the key. He was keeping long. And remember, they were sitting outside. The sun was scorching, so they wouldn't be comfortable. They called Mark again to say, oh, the guy hasn't come back again. We are still sitting outside. Now, Mark had to call another person in the house, Mark's neighbor, a lady who also lives in the house. The name of the lady Mark called was Gaga. Gaga is also a resident of that particular house. And Gaga is a Nigerian national who also lives over there. So Mark called Gaga and then told Gaga that, Gaga, please, my friends are outside. They are waiting for me. They were supposed to take my room key from Vincent. However, Vincent has stepped out to go get himself some food. He's taking long and my friends are outside the sun. Please, could you allow them to sit in your room for a while whilst Vincent come back with the key? Please do that for me. Gaga was like, oh, no problem. They can come inside and sit. Cool. So Mark called these two people back Austin and the lady and told them that please go to my friend's room and sit there whilst you wait for Vincent to bring back my key. Simple. But because Austin was a jovial person, he was enjoying the interaction and the conversations he was having with the people outside. So he said, oh cool, you the lady can go there and sit inside the room of Gaga. Wait, me, I'll sit here, I'm still having conversations with these people. Simple as that. The lady also had to really go to the room of Gaga because according to her, her phone was on low battery and she needed to charge the phone. So the lady stepped up, went upstairs to the Gaga's room whilst Austin was outside. Now, there is a CCTV footage that is circulating from the house. The CCTV footage is from the house. Now, in the CCTV footage, you could see that Austin went behind the house. Like Austin was just walking around the house. He went behind the house, and behind the house there was this particular pregnant woman who had washed and was spreading the wash clothes on a dry line. Now, in the CCTV footage, it could be seen that when Austin went behind the house and saw this particular pregnant woman doing her work, Austin approached this particular pregnant woman, and you could see that the pregnant woman jerked backward, like she moved backward to avoid the touch of Austin. Now, it is said that Austin called the pregnant woman baby. Austin said, hi, baby. That is what he says. So the pregnant woman claimed that the fact that she doesn't know Austin, and the fact that Austin doesn't live in the house, and the fact that she is pregnant, it puts her in a very vulnerable situation with Austin. And the way Austin was, too friendly, like, too touchy, it doesn't go well. So the pregnant woman decided to call the security man, whose name is Vincent. So she called Vincent and then told Vincent about Austin. And also, she left, entered her room, took her phone, and then called her husband. The pregnant woman called her husband to inform the husband that there is a man in their house who is harassing her. That is what she told the husband, that a man in their house is harassing her. The husband then decided to call the Ghana police to go to their home and see what is happening. Somebody is harassing his pregnant wife. We don't know precisely how she narrated the story to Vincent, the security man. Vincent became physically and evidently angry at Austin. Vincent at that point immediately went into his security room and came out with a machete, a cutlass. And then first of all, slapped the cutlass at Austin.
Right here. And Aus was standing right next to me. And the security man was just right here with the cutlass standing right here. And he was shouting at us. And I was just telling us, I said, go upstairs. Because I don't want them to fight. So I was telling him, I said, go upstairs, go upstairs. And he was like, no, why should I go upstairs? Like that. I didn't do anything. I said, no, go upstairs. And the man was talking in Twi and in English at the same time. So when I turned my back trying to push him to go, the man then pushed me aside and then grabbed us and brought him down and hit him. Get out. You come in somebody compound, you come there harass their wife, I'll beat you, and start saying a lot of things. Another guy was passing, he was painting. So he had paint all over everybody. The guy held him very tight, like that. So, oh, leave him, why are you beating on him? And he tried to explain to the guy in Twi. So the lady that said she was assaulted, she also came. And I was trying to ask her, I'm like, what happened? And she was explaining. So I was telling her sorry. I said, sorry, let it be like that. And us was just standing right next to the place like this. And the guy moved his hands from the person that was holding him and rushed to us again and pushed him. Start to hate him, get out, leave the compound, leave the compound.
So when Vincent started slapping Austin with a cutlass and trying to, get into a physical fight with Austin, one particular individual who was painting the house, working at the house, came and then held Vincent and then asked Vincent to stop what he's doing. At that point, Vincent was just sacking Austin out of the compound. So Austin clearly left the compound. In the narration, everybody who was present, all the eyewitnesses are saying that Austin was just friendly throughout it. He was quiet, he was cool, he did not confront. This is because Sister of Austin, who also lives in Accra, had told his junior brother Austin to be very careful in the country because there are foreigners in Ghana. So he should never get into a confrontation, a fight with especially a citizen.
Say a fight? My brother would never fight anyone. Because I personally advised him, we have foreigners in this country, do not fight anybody. He knows that. I asked the girl, how? Why? And she said they got into a fight and Austin is unconscious, he's not talking.
So I guess that's the reason why Austin was cool throughout the confrontation. Austin decided to leave the house. So Austin left and was standing in the compound. The lady who went with Austin came down and was trying to make some inquiries as to whatever that is going on. The lady came out and said that Austin was harassing her. They were asking the lady, how was Austin harassing you? How was Austin harassing you? Was it sexual harassment or what? Guess what? The lady, the pregnant woman, simply said that, oh no, it wasn't any sexual harassment. The way Austin was approaching her and then talking to her, and she's pregnant and she doesn't know Austin, it made her very vulnerable and she wasn't comfortable with it. She was afraid for her safety and all that. That was it. Now, Austin was now outside. Vincent was, I think Vincent had some outstanding problem with Austin or something. Vincent went outside the house, started confronting Austin again with the cutlass. At that point, Vincent decided to start shouting, thief, ewi, ewi.
And Us was trying to come back to talk to her. I said, no, don't come inside. You just stay outside. In fact, go away. Don't come back here. And he listened to me. So he was walking away. He wasn't to the front of the gate. He walked in front. All of a sudden, the lady husband didn't call. She gave the phone to the security man. I don't know what they say in Tree. And the man filled up with speed. He was chasing us with the cutlass. So before I could leave from here to go there, I didn't know which direction they went to. So there was a girl upstairs that told me still they were fighting him up there. They were like full because he was shouting, I don't know, Ebere or what. Something like thief. So that was how they jumped on him at the scene to where it happened. And they started to beat him. So before I could leave from here to go there, I just met him helpless on the floor.
Ewi is a Cree word which can be translated into English as a thief. Yes. So Vincent started shouting thief, thief. And this is what you know if you are not a Ghanaian. Here in Ghana, if you hear thief, thief, you stop whatever work you are doing to ensure that that particular thief is caught. Even if you have to run for 1,000 kilometers, you will run that particular run and just to catch the thief. People here in Ghana dedicate their time, their lives, their energy and effort into catching and beating thieves. So immediately somebody shouts thief, thief, the attention of every other person around the area goes to that particular part where the thief is being, pursued. So when Vincent started shouting thief, thief, and referring to Austin as the thief, when did Austin become a thief? So thief, thief, three other individuals came in addition to Vincent, the gatesman. They pounced on Austin. They started beating, assaulting, manhandling Austin on the ground.
Started to beat him. So before I could leave from here to go there, I just met him helpless on the floor. And I called his friend who did the video, was talking, because I'm like, he's not a thief. Why are you beating him? He came to collect paper, and I also came along with him. He's not a thief. Can a thief? I had his bag with me, his laptop bag, his phone and everything. I'm like, can a thief be dressed like this? Can a thief have all of these things? He's not a thief. Oh, he's not a thief. I know, madam. We are not saying he's a thief. I said, but you say he's a thief. That's why people are hanging on you. No, he assaulted somebody, so we are taking him back to the compound. And I'm saying he's not leaving from here. And I was trying to call his friend, and another person came to me with a rock. They would smash my phone. If I don't leave that face, they would slap me. So there was a lot of things that happened.
Now, this is what you need to know. Austin is not an individual who was some chingalingi guy or some weak guy. Austin is somebody who was well built. He was strong. People who goes to gym with Austin says Austin is a physically strong person. Austin is very active. But in this case, Austin saw the thing as ridiculous. I haven't done anything. There's no reason why we should get into a physical fight. Austin was trying to use verbal agreement or to give a verbal solution to the situation, but it did not work. They pounced on him, they assaulted him, beating him with stones, their hands, and the cutlass that Vincent was holding. So while they were there manhandling Austin, beating him and doing all those, the lady who went with Austin to the house came out. She was crying, running up and down, trying to prevent them from assaulting Austin, but she couldn't do anything. Like, she was vulnerable. She decided to make a video call to call Mark, and told Mark what was going on. Mark screen recorded the video of whatever happened, how they were assaulting Austin. Now, at that point, somebody decided to call the police. So remember that the pregnant woman's husband had already called police already. The pregnant woman, her name is Josephine Manti, if you want to know her name, Josephine Manti, and the husband's name is Nana Ejeni Boateng. So this particular man had already called the police. So those police almost were at the house when they saw that on the street that particular confrontation was happening. They stopped to solve it, and then the pregnant woman, called the police again to remind them. If the police said, "Oh, we are almost at your house, but we've seen that there's a confrontation around your house, your neighborhood. We want to solve it before we arrive to find out what is going on in your house." It was it was Austin that Vincent and 3 other individuals had pounced on and then was manhandling. So over there, the police stopped that particular confrontation. When they stopped the confrontation, and then they took the guy to the hospital, it's Sakumono Community Hospital. At the Sakumono Community Hospital, sister of Austin was called. This particular lady, that is the elder sister of Austin. According to the elder sister of Austin, Austin had told her that he had made some app. Austin is a software engineer, a technician, a software engineer. He had built an app. He's going to present it to his boss. That was the last time she saw Austin alive.
He told me on Thursday that he was going to make a presentation for a website that he had built, and his boss was sending him to go and make that presentation. So on Friday, I was expecting him to go, and I was in the room preparing to go to the market, and he came and knocked that he was ready to go. That was the last time I saw my brother.
And she also left for market. She had just come back from the market, and she had a call from Mark. Mark called her 3 times consecutively, and it wasn't usual for Mark to call her 3 times consecutively. She became afraid immediately, and then decided to call the brother instead of Mark to find out what was going on. Why is Mark calling me like that? Not knowing that the brother is in trouble.
I went to the market, so my internet was not on the phone. So I got back home around 3:49. I put the internet on in the house, and I saw that his friend Mark was calling me. 3 missed calls. And it's unlike Mark to call me like that, back to back. I started panicking for some reason. Like, instead of calling Mark, I decided to call my brother. I called his phone, and the girl picked. The girl that you just interviewed, she picked. And she started shaking and crying that Austin and somebody got into a fight. I said, a fight? My brother would never fight anyone.
So after everything, those 4 people who were seen assaulting Mark were supposed to go to the police station and make a police statement. Vincent was very wise. Immediately, Vincent ran back into the house. Vincent entered the bathroom. He bathed, he changed clothes and everything, and then followed the 3 other people to the police station to leave a police report. Those 3 people did not change. When they went to the police station, you see that I told you that there is a video. Mark had screen recorded the video. So the police immediately identified them. Even though Vincent also had changed clothes, the police identified him, and the three of them were arrested. One person was not around, so he was not arrested, but Vincent and two other people were arrested. One person is remaining. So here are the three of them. Look at them. They were those who led to the death of the Liberian national, and it is now tarnishing the image of Ghana. So Mark immediately ran back to the house. Mark left his lectures and ran back to the house to find out what was happening to his friend. When Mark came back and realized whatever happened, Mark went straight to the pregnant woman and asked the pregnant woman, please, you said Austin was harassing you. What sort of harassment was it? Was it sexual harassment? Because my friend would never do that. I've known my friend for more than 10 years and he has never in his entire life done anything similar to sexual harassment. So what sort of harassment was it? The pregnant lady was like, oh no, it wasn't sexual harassment. It wasn't sexual harassment at all. I didn't say it was sexual harassment. It was just that I was drying clothes behind the house and he was there alone with me. I don't know him. He doesn't live here. And because I'm pregnant, I feel I'm vulnerable. I can't protect myself. I just wanted to call my husband and then tell the security man just to ensure that I am safe. That was all. It wasn't sexual harassment. The pregnant woman also agreed. The pregnant one, Josephine Manse, also said that he had called the husband and the husband told the police and police were coming. And he only told Vincent for Vincent to be aware because Vincent is the security man, the gateman of the house. But she is very shocked and surprised that Vincent didn't, Vincent took the matter out of hand. Vincent didn't control the thing very well. Vincent, took the issue wrongly and leading to this particular tragedy. Yes.
The police confirmed that Austin was dead. He stopped breathing while they put him in the car. So the hospital was just demanding for money. That's all. And they knew that they couldn't bring him back. Because I spoke with her on the phone, she was like, oh, before we even start the medication, you have to deposit.